Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Here we go. Hello, and welcome to Wednesday here on the KVJ show. It is out doing her chatty chat on the phony phone type thing. She'll be in here in just a minute. Got some emails, things like that to go through here today. We do Am I the Jerk on Wednesdays. Read off a couple of your emails earlier on the show. Got one that came in later. This one says, like Bird, I have been without the comfort of a male companion for quite some time now. Recently, I decided to join a dating site.
Well, mine's female companion.
Well, it's a companion, yes.
Okay.
I think maybe they think you're looking for a man. I don't know.
Some people do think I'm gay. I am not gay. I am only attracted to women.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Recently, I decided to join a dating site just to try to be proactive in not letting my socialization skills fail me enough to where I come out this pandemic unable to be around humans. Also hoping to make a connection built on more than just hookups. However, right out of the gate, the first person I agreed to meet up with sent me, and they called it an underwater photo. I think they mean a dick pic, and tried to pass it off as he meant to send that to his buddy.
Oh, get out of here.
Like you have to ask this question, but they do. Do guys normally send these kind of pics to their buddies? No, not unless they're gay.
I have never sent a dick picture to one of my buddies.
Well,
Hey,
there's
man.
always today.
Hey, man, I'm not gay, but do you think my penis looks good? Is it big enough?
I mean,
That doesn't happen.
Only thing I can think of is, because I told you about that one guy I played ball with who always just had something wrong with his dick. And he would always ask people, hey guys,
He just wanted you to look at it.
kind of like that movie Rob Schneider was in. Hey, does this look funny? I don't know, man. Go get your fucking dick looked at it by a doctor.
There's somebody
I'm not
that
a
just
doctor.
wants you to look at their privates.
I just failed prep math. What are you asking me for?
Yeah, I'm not the guy to ask.
No.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I understand mistakes can happen, but I just feel like I'd be walking into the lion's den if I just let this whole thing slide. He then told me that I was giving him a hard time, and then he called me brutal. He also emailed me through the site again to tell me that I was mean and that he couldn't believe I did that. I want to know, was I the jerk for not giving him the benefit of the doubt? Should I have let the pic go as a quote-unquote mistake and just proceed on with the date as planned? They even sent in the dialogue that had happened.
The guy was doing that move where, I didn't mean to send that to you. Oh, here's my dick. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Do you like my dick?
Yeah, we're not buying it, dick.
People do. It's called the accidental text sent on purpose is what it's called.
And we've had that happen to us.
We've been a victim of it. We've all done it. We know what's going on here.
Here's what he said. Here's the dialogue. This is David from Hinge. And he said, I did not mean to send that, LOL. Don't tan with coconut oil, LOL, crying, laughing face. Meant to send that to my buddy, telling him I was orange and look like an Oompa Loompa. And she responded, I don't believe that. You meant to send it. Nope, that's a horrid photo. I wouldn't have sent that to you. If we were exchanging photos, I would have sent you a decent one or one with clothes, LOL. Anyways, I really didn't mean it. You were not the intended recipient. I promise I wouldn't send that to a girl.
Accidental text sent on purpose.
Yeah, we're not buying it.
Mm-hmm. And she basically responded, I don't believe you. I explained my position pretty nicely. Anyway, I'm good, thanks. Trust is earned, but thank you anyway. And he responds, wow, not cool. Have a good one. If a person can't make an error and be forgiven, I wouldn't want to be with you anyways. You are brutal. Too bad. Could have been a good match.
Oh, way aggressive, too.
Aggressive, in the wrong, and
Yeah.
now trying to flip it on you.
Yeah.
Bye, psycho.
It's all of the textbook signs of a psycho.
Psycho.
They fuck up. They try to turn it on you. They try to make you think you're the crazy one.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Yeah.
You always see, like if I'm sending Virginia something, it's like 12:30 at night. Hey, what's going on, Vance? How you doing? Vance? Who's Vance? This is Virginia. Oh, hey, Virginia. I'm sorry. I meant to send this to my buddy Vance. So what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, what's going on?
And then you're in. That accidental text on purpose.
We see you.
It's such a blatant move, too. Everyone knows what you're doing.
Nobody's believing it.
Yeah,
And they're
you
not the
think you're
jerk.
so slick.
You do.
You're not, dude.
You do. You're not.
All right, I got another email here. A question for the ladies. Why is it that when you're out at a party or a club with your girl, she's all over you? PDA, hand-holding, back-rubbing, kissing. And then the minute you get home, she's like, no, that's not. I got a headache. Is my girl like what, marking her territory like she's a cat at the club and then retreating when we get back to the cave? LOL?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Think about it. Dance floor, you got people watching. There's a show going on.
Yeah.
She's got people watching. She likes the attention. It's also possible she dances her ass off and is tired at the end of the night. Because let me tell you, I can shake it on the dance floor and I'll go 3 hours deep. I'm tired.
Sounds like you need to leave quicker.
Yes.
You're a show pony. Sorry.
You are. You're a show pony. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You like people to watch you. And be okay with that. But yeah.
I think you probably nailed it. There might be a part of that, that is going on.
And you really can dance your ass off to the point where you're tired.
You need to have a talk with her, though, about, if you're not getting the loving you need, be like, hey, babe, I got needs. Let's get it on. And maybe let's not go to the club one night
Right.
and Netflix and chill instead.
Or maybe we can leave the club early. We grab that pizza pie for after our lovemaking. Right?
Who's going to the club right now? Is the club open?
No, there's no club.
No club open. What are we talking about?
There's no show going on. There ain't no show going on. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing. Yeah, it seemed like when the pandemic first started going on that we were hearing about, people were like, hey, cool, they're staying home, knocking the boots. And now all the studies that I keep reading, it's about how little sex people are having.
Because people get sick of each other. They're stuck in these rooms for months on end. Yeah, it's worn off. The novelty's worn off.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah, I think there's, it's interesting all the different phases that you've gone through. And you could probably label each one a different category. There's almost like, oh, this is refreshing. I'm relaxed. I'm home improvement phase, sex phase. Then the phase that we're in right now.
I ate everything and now I'm fat and I don't want you to see me naked.
I'll be creative.
Right.
I'll do all those projects I wanted to do.
People went through that. People have gone through the creative phase. I think people are like, we've gone through recently like the get back in shape phase because people realize this is a long-term thing.
You're right.
And now I think underlying there's always the fatigue but now I
the
think.
fuck it phase.
Yeah, I think there's just that feeling. It's like, well, you know what? I don't care. Give me the damn coronavirus at this point. I'm so over it.
I can even feel it in my own personality. Because in the beginning, we were talking about it. I wanted to make sure that I'm being responsible and publicly doing it. And then I started talking about the wiffle ball tournament, and that one fuck face told me I was a murderer and said, don't do the wiffle ball tournament and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to a point where you start to get over it. You're like, no, go fuck yourself. No, I'm gonna go do my own thing.
The shaming is having the opposite effect.
Exactly.
And I know for a lot of people, and I'm reading into it, just trying to look for any kind of hope and whatever. And
Positive K is working hard.
I am working real hard because we had a record number of deaths yesterday again.
Positive K is working hard, but I'm also seeing Positive K start to lose a step.
I am.
It's hard to be Positive K
Step.
when you have record death.
Well, there was a bunch of bad news yesterday, and then on top of all that, it was bad news about college football that you love too.
Yeah, that was a striking blow for me yesterday to have that. And like I said, it really is a microcosm of the bigger picture because you have a contradiction of information and you have two strategies on how you're handling it. 3 of the Big 5 conferences are saying, you know what? We think it's all safe. The percentages are so low that anything bad could happen that at some point we got to say, guys, we got to live life. Because this virus is not going anywhere. People aren't going to take the vaccine. Are we going to just live this way for an eternity? No. We got to go out, and if you've got compromised immunity, you need to live life differently, but you need to pick a style of life that works for you. Still socially distance when possible. Wash your damn hands, wear your masks, but you've got to pick what plan is right for you in life.
Yeah, I mean,
then you've got the other two conferences that are living that now everything's we can't this and that, and but there is a 0.001 chance something bad might happen.
Well, I saw even yesterday people were fighting, and there are good points on both ends here. They're saying, okay, so kids can go back to school, and schools are somewhat, if you want, can get back to normal, but you're still not allowed to go out and date people. What the fuck?
Yeah, and this is where I said what had happened yesterday. You had two conferences with their medical team telling them that there's no way you can play. This is just too dangerous. And then three conferences, their medical people are saying, of course you can play. There's nothing wrong with that. Go play. And that really sums up America and what's going on with this, where it's about that kind of split, almost half and half, where one people have one opinion about it and the other have had the other.
In your opinion, and I know this is conspiracy talk over here, but this is what everyone says. If you looked at the political background of everyone and how they decide with their opinion, I wonder if it would all line up. If it would be
very close.
Is it?
Because everybody has their own bubble, but also people have their own ideological bubble. And when you're in that bubble and you're reading the social media posts from all those people, you start to take on all of their thoughts. A lot of us, that sheep thing's been thrown out, but you know what? You're a sheep just for that bubble. People, you wear a mask, you've seen that, sheep. Well, you know what? You're following exactly what people in your bubble are saying too.
Oh, Kevin, we're all hypocrites.
Yeah.
And we all contradict each other. Every one of us does.
Yeah.
As a species is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So that's, where it is, where, there's fatigue for me on it because you're just seeing so much and there's no game to get out of it. There's no plan. It's just, we still don't know. And we've been kicking this can down the road for 6 months. And you're like, okay, some people have the opinion that, we could be, I read the other day, we could be wearing masks through 2023 at least.
Oh my.
Yeah. And that's where people are just like, okay, so at this point, you got to say, all right, like the decision yesterday to cancel. So you canceling next year and the year after, and
so I'm not getting late till 2023. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where you got to say, I think you got to try to inform yourself.
He's gonna explode.
Right.
He's gonna come in here one day, and the horniness will just make him combust.
Well, I'm trying to do right, and I'm a public figure. I'm trying not to be an asshole and do it right, and socially distance. But when you're doing it right and trying your best, and then people are still getting on your ass and calling you a murderer, saying, don't play wiffle ball, or
they're getting on your ass, but they're not getting on your dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or don't play wiffle ball, or there are people that say you better not go out and go out on a date with somebody and talk about it. I won't listen to your show because they are so about socially distancing, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
Don't tell people, and I will tell any shamer out there, if you shame someone, you basically have pushed them in the opposite direction of what you want.
Big time.
That's what's happening now.
And you've started a fight that's meaningless because people are going to do what they're going to do. You can't change somebody. Mm-hmm. People have their own free will, and they're going to do what they want. They're going to vote for who they want. They have their opinions, and yelling at somebody is certainly not going to bring them around to your way of thinking.
Well, it's made me kind of paranoid because for a second, I told you about that old woman that came up to me because I wasn't wearing a mask, walking chewy. I'm thinking, is this part of the email that said, it's making me all kind of paranoid. I go, did they fucking plan this out to get me? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It makes you all crazy.
So you got all these fights because of all these problems that are happening, and we can't get any clear, concise information as to what it is, and none of it makes sense. I'll admit, when you get these stories, you're like, wait, you can do this, but you can't do that. You can do this, but you can't do that. Like, none of it makes any rational sense whatsoever what we're getting fed.
You can go into a restaurant, sit down, but when you get your food, you can't take your mask off to eat it.
Yeah, someone had even texted in earlier today about the numbers where they're able to now start tracing back from people going out to the restaurants, because you're right, it doesn't make sense. It's like going, okay, when I go to the bathroom, I got to put my mask on. but I'm sitting there and I'm okay. Like, I'm not a threat to get coronavirus.
Well,
and
my sister was telling me too, we don't do it here in Florida like they do it in Louisiana. You can't walk in a restaurant and sit down in Louisiana. You have to make a reservation because they have to be able to contact trace you in case one of the employees gets COVID. We're not doing that here.
yeah,
You don't have information on every diner like they are doing in Louisiana.
every place is doing it different.
Every state is doing it different.
I think one state, it was as high as 25% of the cases they're able to trace back were coming from people going to restaurants and just eating.
I mean, think about it. You're in a closed space and you've got all the employees, and usually employees in the restaurant are younger, more free-spirited. You know, at least 5 of them are sleeping with each other. That's just a fact in a restaurant. And so it's kind of like a little bit more of an unsafe space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are going to start getting laid.
Well, they're trying it out with the school thing. Somebody's wanting to know, how did Rocco's virtual schooling go yesterday?
I would say it was a 7 out of 10.
That's
great.
good numbers.
It was solid.
Okay, good.
I was there from like 12:30 to 1:30. My sister was handling it from like 9:30 to 11:30, and Magnolia had the early shift. Today, Grandma is with him, so she's sending me pictures. Apparently, he's still like... It's hard to get him to like stay focused, but I think his teacher is smart. They change it up. They do new tasks every few minutes, so you get him refocused again. But this poor teacher, I was listening to her try to struggle with maintaining order in the class. One kid was eating his mask, so that's tricky. Some kids weren't behaving. They weren't doing what the teacher asked them to do. And so now she's got to manage the online kids and the kids in the class. And in that moment, I just said a prayer for her. Because
it's tough, yeah.
I mean, these kindergartners, some of them don't even have any like real school experience,
Yeah.
and now this is their first time acclimating to that, and that's so hard for these teachers.
Did you hear about what happened at the elementary school in Martin County?
No.
Their Zoom class.
What happened?
There was a teacher, and she was teaching her class, and she hears calamity on one of the 10-year-old students' side, and so she mutes it and sees the 10-year-old put her hands up to her ears, and then all of a sudden the Zoom call goes blank with that 10-year-old. Turns out that the mom's boyfriend walked in and shot her on the Zoom class.
Are you kidding?
And there were like 6 kids that were there, yeah.
That is horrific.
Yeah.
Boy, the podcast really took a sad turn.
I mean, people are just losing it.
Yeah.
People have always lost it.
I
We're,
know, but
we're a flawed species.
It feels like it's more.
It's because that's all that's being out there. There's no movies to take your mind off of it. It's the truth, though.
A lot of crazy. Yeah, we need some good distractions.
I think I'm going to go home and watch Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can
Good
on
idea.
my Disney. It's on
I know.
there.
I'm stealing your Disney Plus. I can totally do that.
Yeah.
Wow, that poor family.
Yeah, it's depressing as fuck.
It is. It
Ugh,
is.
I got to get the details of that because little smiles can maybe help out. Oh,
Thought so too. Yeah, we can do something
I'm going
there.
to look into that. Jeez.
Jaybird, you were saying earlier that you're a little bit tired. Apparently, you've got more pet problems, or not pet problems, but you got animal problems going on at your place. There is an owl.
This son of a bitch owl, I cannot find it. It is loud as shit, and it is outside my window area, and it's hiding somewhere. How do you get rid of an owl that will not shut the shit up during the nighttime, and you can't find it? You can't find the owl. It's loud.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to move.
I'm working on it. I'm working on moving. I'm in the process of moving.
I think the way these things always work, in fact, I've seen like barnyard owls being used to keep other birds away and other animals because they're afraid of owls. You need to find what an owl is afraid of and then put that.
What is an owl afraid
That's
of?
great. This is why we bring this stuff to the people, because the people will have answers for me.
Hopefully it's not like a giant black bear. And then you got to go procure a big giant bear.
I'm just saying it's rough looking for an owl.
Yeah.
in the middle of the night. At 1 a.m. And it's tough to find an owl. You can't. You can hear it, but you can't find it.
Okay, so owl predators include foxes.
Okay.
I got a fox costume.
Okay.
What did the fox say?
Wildcats
Rawr.
and eagles.
Funny enough, I have all 3 costumes.
So if you got any of those, that's what you need to put in the
You
tree.
think the owl's gonna fall for it?
I don't know. He sounds like a smart owl. I'm not gonna lie. He sounds like one of those scoffered owls.
He definitely sounds smarter than us.
I couldn't fucking find him. 1 o'clock and
He wasn't even trying to play hide and seek, and he was winning.
I'm out there at 1 o'clock in the morning trying to look at all these trees. My neighbors think I'm insane, by the way.
That's why you need a big plot of
I'm
land.
just like-
You need to be somewhere where no neighbors can see you.
Who's doing that? Who?
Somebody said maybe a scarecrow could work out for you.
Okay. I actually have a scarecrow in my Halloween decorations. I can loan it to you.
Bring that fucker tomorrow. we gotta take this owl out. Not kill it. We gotta take him out of my sleeping area.
Look, if something wakes you up night after night, I get it that you want to take it out.
It just started happening. I'm laying in bed. It just wouldn't shut up.
Do you think it knows you're an FAU alumni?
Maybe.
I'm glad I got that Who speaker off of Amazon and installed it on the tree next
they're
to your
still
house.
practicing. They right now got a football season, so maybe just getting fired up for football.
I did graduate from FAU. I'm alum.
Yeah.
So you should love it. It's the battle cry of your alma mater.
I don't know what it is about where I live at. The area, the plaza or the complex, it leads the league in all kinds of animal activity.
I think it's you.
No,
I think you have a bizarre magnet on you.
You've walked around, though. You've seen the animal activity. You have. You can't deny that.
I have seen it. These spiders, Kevin, are as big as your head.
Yeah.
I was shocked by the size of these spiders.
It's the large spiders,
Yeah.
the humping lizards,
Yeah.
the fucking squirrels. Literally fucking squirrels.
the big ball squirrels.
The big ball squirrels that just love the pork. They love it, man.
Yeah, for years I have witnessed. You are definitely a weird magnet, though.
You are.
You're right.
It's a combo of the area and the man.
Yeah.
I can't deny
It
this.
definitely
You're right.
follows you around. Somehow. I'm always amazed.
I just pray that when you move, the next move, that you can have peace.
I am hoping. I told you guys last
You
week.
don't want peace. Peace is boring.
You're right. Peace is boring. It's not good for the show
Yeah.
either. I'm hopefully going to find out that if it's good news or bad news, if it's that one house I was telling you guys about, that if
Yeah.
I'm going to get it or not.
Oh, okay.
There's a stipulation involved that has no control over me, or that I have no control over.
Is this the one that I know about?
Yes.
Oh, this is the pocket listing.
This is
That's what
the
they
pocket
call
listing.
it when it's not on the MLS and nobody else knows about it. It's a pocket listing.
It's
yeah?
it's a situation where they weren't sure if they wanted to sell it, but now they feel like they do.
and they want to sell it to you because you're kind
Well,
of
I
in
think
the know. They
there's-
trust you.
There's a good story behind it.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a
I
great
think
story.
I think the nation would love the story if this works out.
The story will give you goosebumps.
I love goosebumps.
I do too.
So excited now.
Chicken skin.
So you're either going to get a really great story, or you're going to get a very sad Jaybird story.
It's going to
Okay.
be weeping disappointment.
Wow.
If it doesn't happen.
I won't be weeping. My soul
I
will
will
be
be.
crushed.
I
though.
get it. It's soul crushing
Yeah,
blow.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
I get those.
It'll be sad.
If it doesn't work out.
Okay. We've had a lot of those lately.
Yeah, so I'm totally planning on it. The fallout.
Astra sent an email, said, since you keep the list for movies, series on Netflix, something I discovered by pure accident is a thriller on Amazon Prime called The Missing. I really don't go by Netflix Amazon recommendations, which they give you according to the algorithm from your watch history. Plus, I didn't really see anything overwhelming critic reviews or anything on the Rotten Tomatoes, and that's why I was more interested in watching it. And my man, is it really good, The Missing. Just a good enough thriller that does end up in the end and explain the suspense. I have a feeling you really love it. So there you go. Check out The Missing on Amazon Prime. And I will be looking for new things to watch this fall.
Yeah, another service to buy. I just bought a new one.
Yeah.
I think it was Amazon Prime. I think I had to sign up for one. I did it because it has Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I sign up. I did the research. I was so pumped. I'm like, all right, cool. I got this, renewed it, and then I go to watch Alfred Hitchcock's Presents, and it's not on there anymore.
What?
I only ordered for Alfred Hitchcock, and it's gone now.
Sucks.
That does suck.
And we just can't figure out the technology of why it's not working.
It really...
Just that you paid and now you can't watch.
No, they took it off the fucking platform. I did the research. They said it was available on there, and then when I bought it, I'm like, oh, cool. It was raining out. I had a pizza that just came.
Aww.
I'm like, oh, it's gonna be great. Alfred Hitchcock Presents no longer on here. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, I just have to cancel it now.
Where did it go?
I don't know.
Sometimes they just leave.
Yes.
Nah, they're because they pay to have a certain time to run it, and then when that expires, it just expires.
I was the only bitch watching it, probably.
They're like, nobody's watching except this one guy.
Yeah, South Florida, some guy's watching old shit like Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock's Presents.
They say 28% of people have added at least one new streaming service. The big ones are Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, and Amazon Prime since February.
It was Hulu. That's what I got.
Mm-hmm. They say in February, 60% of respondents had Netflix. Now 63 do. Amazon Prime is up 38 to 44%. Hulu 25 to 33, and Disney Plus 29 to 32. So they're all growing. So it's all good for them making money. They say that's how Disney's kind of trying to make up a little bit.
I'm going to say something controversial. I know the people are going to get on my ass about, but I am like almost done with Ozark. Mm-hmm. I think it's so overrated.
Yeah.
I know everyone loves it. They love it. I mean, all my friends, they swear by it, and I think it's just okay.
Yeah, sometimes shows just don't connect with you for whatever reason. Yeah.
Did you ever get into Outer Banks?
I haven't got into it yet.
Drop Ozark and pick up Outer Banks.
I love Jason Bateman in that series. If they had more Jason Bateman scenes, there's just a few storylines that I hate when shows
He's
do
awesome.
that.
He's the best
He's
thing.
very good.
He's really great.
I just love anything he does.
Mm-hmm.
I like his character. I like when he gets mad because he plays kind of like a Kevin, where it doesn't show a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
But when he does show emotion, you're like, oh fuck, Dickie Rance is out.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. I really love. He's like my twin.
I think what it is for me, I need a really awesome bad guy or bad girl, somebody that's a great bad person. In the first season they had that, and I don't feel like they had that in the second or third, really, like the way I like it.
Yeah, not to the same level.
Yeah.
That you want.
You'll get emails. Bird, what the fuck you talking about? Go watch Twilight Zone.
I saw Jason Bateman. He took on a new project, though, but it's as a director, and it seems like he's doing more stuff now behind the camera. I know when he did that whole thing, the Stephen King thing for HBO, he did that. He was in it for a little bit, and then he's not. And then you're just like, oh, man, I want more Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
I think he's acting less.
They would do that in wrestling sometimes, where they have great storylines, and all of a sudden, the guys you wanted to see weren't in it as much as you wanted, and they had other shitty storylines, and that can wreck a show for somebody.
I hear you. It was. Got a little bit of clarity earlier. We were talking about the reboot of the Fresh Prince. Here's the clarity on that. It is a dramatic reboot of the show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith is the executive producer, and it's going to be based on producer Morgan Cooper's viral video that reimagined the NBC comedy series as a drama titled Bel-Air.
Okay,
so that's what you heard, and then they're like going, yeah, that would be kind of interesting, actually, to make this more gritty. Will Smith behind it. The trailer, which Cooper posted online last year, has racked up over 5 million views on YouTube alone. So that was, I guess, old audio, but it is true to what they're going to do with this. So, hey, if Will Smith's involved, I guess we'll just pump the brakes and wait and see.
It's just a complete contrast of what you're known for. It's like asking for pizza and they hand you a cheeseburger. Oh, all right, it's good.
Yeah, that's why it's just odd that you're putting it under that branch. It would be like, okay, let's do the KVJ show, and it is something that we're completely not known for.
Totally a political show.
All right, Jay Bird, give us the finance updates with the Dow. Okay, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, it's something completely not us.
Or like you take the Smurfs and now they're just murderous.
Or we're going to talk about geometry and math.
Oh my gosh! Now there's no way I didn't have. You would tell a dumb person's talking.
Yeah, that's where it's like, okay, under that, it feels weird.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before. I'd like to see a gritty Friends, but you bring all those characters back. 15, 20 years later, Monica's on blow. Joey is the owner of a strip club, and he's on blow.
Yeah, they've got kids.
Their kids are on blow.
Their kids are all fuck-ups. Yeah,
Two of them have STDs.
All of it.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting take on Friends.
Yeah.
One of them has a wooden leg for some reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you never find out the story, and that's the whole mystery of the show.
Yeah.
What happened that they lost their leg?
You pick up 20 years later, but it is a gritty version of Friends. It is
I feel
fucked.
it. Yeah, I feel it. They've got a James Bond movie that at some point is going to be released. I don't know. I think they're still holding out hope. They don't want to release that to live video yet, live streaming. So they're still holding out hope. It's going to be Daniel Craig. I mean, Daniel Craig might be dead by the time they come out with this movie.
That's something you need to dive into. 007 movies, Bird.
I know. There's a lot there to delve
Because
into.
you haven't watched a lot of them.
I'd never seen one of them.
They're sexy.
If they are your style, it would be cozy to know. It'd be like, I kind of like that because they are really, that's the thing about them. They're, to me, I like the Bourne Identity movies, but they're all the same. But, you know, Bond is kind of the same way, too. But Bond changes up a little bit more than Bourne. So if you kind of like that premise, you know what you're going to get every single time. And if you like it, it'd be cozy. You know, be like, oh, my gosh, I got like 30 movies.
I like that kind of shit, like Bond stuff, if it's done right, for sure.
Yeah. And then you can jump into the debate that they have about who is the best Bond. Twitter said Daniel Craig was the best. But then some place called Radio Times named Sean Connery as the best.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, in fact, they really didn't even give Daniel Craig any kind of credit, the current Bond. 44 went for Sean Connery, then Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Dalton, Roger Moore, and Daniel Craig all the way down the list.
Damn, Roger Moore never gets no love.
Roger Moore was hot.
Oh, hey, you like that one, huh?
Yeah, I thought he was hot.
Got the juices going?
Virginia Moore, what is it? You like Octopussy? Is that your favorite?
Octopussy.
Oh, don't say that.
From 1983.
Oh, is that the one, For Your Eyes Only? That song, For Your Eyes Only.
The ones that he did.
Isn't there one that was called For Your Eyes Only?
He did. He did For Your Eyes Only. He did Octopussy.
Funny saying, funny.
That sounds so weird saying.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
That one has the best theme song. Your girl Carly Simon.
Nobody does
it better.
Uh-huh.
Makes you feel bad.
For the rest.
He did A View to a Kill.
That's my jam.
With a view to a kill. Yeah, Duran Duran. He did Live and Let Die, which had a big song. He did The Man with the Golden Gun, Moonraker. So
How's that go? Moonraker, Moonraker.
Heartbreaker. Love taker. Don't you mess around with me. You're a
Moonraker.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
So there you go. Yeah, it's the best Bonds. They said when asked who should play James Bond next, have you ever seen the TV series Outlander? They got Sam Heughan, I guess. I don't know that show.
Sam Heughan.
Okay.
You do?
I know, yeah. I've never watched Outlander, but I know about it.
Then they got Tom Hardy next for the next Bond.
Chicks love that dude.
Yeah, I could see him doing it. He is pretty good. And then Henry Cavill.
That's Superman. Am I the only one that finds Cavill slightly boring? He's a beautiful looking dude. I get it.
He's like a human Ken doll.
He is. He's just a great specimen, but I don't know, man. He is no Christopher Reeve.
I hope he's listening.
I sound old as fuck right now.
Knock him off his high horse.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just generic looking. I mean, yes, he's gorgeous.
No,
yes, he's perfect, but almost too perfect.
I don't think I think physically he's a great looking dude. I think when he starts to act, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Again?
I
Not
don't
doing
know.
it for you, huh?
He's no Christopher Reeve.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Some interesting thoughts. Hopefully we get to see that because I am looking forward to a new Bond movie. You still got that Top Gun movie. You still got Wonder Woman 1984 that they never released.
When's the last time you saw the original Top Gun? Either one of you.
It's been a while.
It's been probably 20 years since I've seen the original.
Really?
Yeah, I always told you, it's the goose part. I don't like that part. I just didn't feel like that was necessary.
Kevin's such an octopussy.
I don't like it.
Well, if we were going to do the Tom Cruise cruise, I was hoping we would have the Tom Cruise movie marathon.
No, we're doing the Tom Cruise cruise. It's going to happen. It's just been prolonged. We have to bring that. We've got to.
It is on the back burner. It's not dead.
I feel like now, if everything opened up and everything sort of went back to normal and we did the Tom Cruise cruise, I think everybody would want to come to it because everyone's itching to do something.
That's the timing. If you have the first big event when Corona's not a thing, your event is going to kill.
And look, we're okay with 6 risky business Tom Cruise. If we have 9 Mavericks, we vote for the best one.
You're going to have a lot of risky business because it's such an easy costume.
It's cool looking,
it's
too.
the one that I did.
I might fucking Jerry Maguire this shit up.
What's that one?
Jerry Maguire. That's from it's dressed as an agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You act drunk.
Well, hopefully we got big plans. We just don't know when they're going to happen. And no idea when they're going to exactly drop the movies. I know they have some new dates, but I think that's just all hopeful. Like I said, we started this off kicking the can down the road. When is it actually going to happen?
I would dye my hair brown for Tom Cruise cruise.
You should.
Yeah.
Do you have to dye brown? I thought it was already.
I feel my hair's dark and it's got a bunch of gray in it. I want to dye it. I want to dye it brown.
Nobody's going to notice. You have dark hair. If you dye it dark, it's not that big of a difference.
Brown to black, and I got whites in there too. If I just dye it brown. Who invited Maverick?
Does Tom Cruise have brown or black hair? I think he has the same color hair you do.
I thought he had brown hair. No, I got my hair's kind of like.
No, I would say Tom Cruise has black hair.
I've always gone brown, Kevin, but I'm wrong a lot.
Yeah, if you look at Tom Cruise.
Some pictures look black, some look brown.
I have black hair. I don't have brown hair. Mine's on the wouldn't you say mine's black?
This bitch will put in a highlight, too. Look at that one.
Damn.
Yeah, he will. I've always thought he had darker hair.
He dyes it, Kevin.
He dyes it.
Of course he does.
Well, yeah.
The guy's 70.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's shocked that he dyes it.
No.
But like the original Tom Cruise, I always thought he was a brown-haired dude.
I think you should dye your hair brown, but just get that dye that attaches to the grays. And then so you keep your black with the brown. I think it'll look nice. Highlights, little low lights.
What do you think about this, Kevin? Do you like her advice, or is she setting me up for failure?
Setting you up for failure.
That's what I thought.
There you go. All right, thank y'all for locking in today. Back tomorrow. Make sure you're checking out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all there. Follow along if you're not already. And we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.